So I'm happy to be joined by a fighter who's just coming off a big time KO over a former UFC vet. He's coming off a first round KO over Blood Diamond at Hex 30. I'm here with Mr. Ray Quintana. How you going, mate?
I'm very well. Thank you for the amazing intro.
Yeah, I could bring up all the other KOs and all the submissions and the just extensive career you have as well, but I feel like the Blood Diamond KO got you quite a bit of recognition afterwards. Being
Yeah,
a former UFC vet.
100%. Well, like that's the thing. I've been KOing people since I first started fighting, and I don't think anyone really took notice until this one. Everyone was like, "Oh shit! Like this kid's actually got heavy hands on him. He's got very good striking." I don't even think people really thought my striking was that good as well. But yeah, it was a good test for me. Like I was never going to take him down. Everyone wanted. I feel like Blood Diamond didn't get the chance to showcase his striking in the UFC because everyone just
Yeah.
wanted to hump his leg. So I was like, you know what? I'll give him the opportunity to showcase his striking. I'm not gonna take him down. And luckily for me, my striking was the better of the night.
Yeah, he still didn't get a chance to showcase his striking at all.
He did a little bit. Like he checked my leg at the very beginning, the very first kick, um, which was really interesting because I did not see him checking that. I faked it as well to the left kick, and then bang, he checked it so quick. I was like, "What the? This fully shocked me." I was like, "Damn, he fucked my leg in the first kick," but it's all right.
Yeah, how is it preparing for a guy like that? Because obviously he's got sort of like the whole drunken master type like fight style to him. Like it's very
Yeah.
unorthodox. You don't really see anyone fight like him out there.
Uh, Prepping for him was it was quite intimidating actually because we know like they come from the most prestigious one of the most prestigious striking gyms in probably the world. So we know they were going to study me, and we know they were going to literally know my every move, and I think they did do that. But on our end, we just we knew. I'm very analytical when I'm fighting. It doesn't really look like it, but I analyze the situation, and I like to see what's happening and what's coming and what I can do according to what they've done. Um, so the whole game plan was just to let him do his thing at the beginning. We knew he was going to be staunch. All of his kickboxing fights is a staunch, and he doesn't back down. Uh, and the game plan was just to let him do his thing, and then make him miss and make him feel like he can't really do anything. And then I was going to come forward. So that was the game plan, and it was actually supposed to be dragged out amongst some like longer than one round, but I kind of fast forwarded it because I figured it out very quickly what he was doing. So yeah, it worked out well.
And I honestly, I think you beat him better than any of the guys in the UFC did. Like, not only did you beat him in his own game, but I think you did it quicker than all of them as well. Like, much more impressively than because the last two guys he fought, they took him to a decision.
Yeah,
But they didn't knock him out or anything or knock him down. And then Jeremiah Wells, he had to shoot for him immediately and sub him, but you
yeah.
literally went out there and knocked him out in like 2 minutes, I think it was.
I think it was 1 minute 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a simple. I just had a game plan and I executed it well. They had a game plan as well, but I figured it out. He was shelling a lot, and he was standing his ground. So people who shell against me because, mind you, it's not even my weight class. It's a
Yeah.
weight class above. So I knew he was gonna try like outmuscle me, and I just wanted to see what he did. And it was very obvious like he was shelling to that was his defense to my right hand. It was to shell. So I was like, all right, cool. And the thing with me is, if you shell against me, I have an ego, so I try punch through the shell, and it was working. It was bringing him back, and then I was like, all right, you probably saw the switch. I switched. I was like, I'll come under this time. Didn't think it was gonna knock him out. Like I was ready for a follow through, but yeah, it was a good hit. So it's just one of those punches that just snuck through.
Yeah, was it because a lot of the fighters will say like when you knock somebody out, it's like punching air. Like it doesn't feel like it's not the punches.
Mm,
Was it sort of like that type of situation where it didn't feel like it would have
yeah,
knocked him out? Yeah,
yeah. Every single one of my knockouts, it's as if it just like connected with water, like, and then it's like, oh shit, like it's the ones that you don't actually throw full power. It's the one that's the those are the ones that knock them out. It's weird. The ones you don't
yeah.
expect.
Yeah, it's crazy because yeah, it's like it's not like you're like swinging like too crazily to it. It was like it just knocks him out. Like I remember watching, I was like, "Damn, holy fuck, this guy got some power in his hands." Because like you fucking
Yeah.
slept him. Yeah, no,
Did you watch it live?
yeah. I watched the whole card.
Oh man, what was your reaction?
I was like, "Holy shit!" Because I was thinking like maybe you'd be too small because I know you're a featherweight. So I was thinking maybe he
Yeah.
has to go in there and grapple a little bit. I didn't think you'd knock him out in the first minute, to be honest.
Nah, I was never gonna grapple with him. Everyone thought I was gonna grapple, but uh, I actually thought he was gonna give me a run for my money in striking, and maybe then I would have grappled. But everyone else around me, like that's what's important about your gym. Like everyone believed in me more than I believed in me. Like they believed in my striking. They were like, "Your striking is way better than his." Like you don't think it, but it really is. So I just needed to figure that out on my own, and that's what I did. But man, I wasn't gonna make it a boring fight. That's what. Yeah, everyone thought that's like because they were like highlighting that I'm a purple belt in jits, but
Yeah.
I'm a striker first.
Yeah, I just remember watching it. Like, obviously, being in New Zealand as well, you know, he's the home favorite and everything. He's getting all the
Yeah,
cheers, and then sort of silence the crowd a little bit.
yeah. They. Yeah, I've been working in crowd control. I used to be a security guard, so now I do crowd control in the MMA cage.
I love that. That's amazing, to be honest. Yeah, obviously, it was a good night for ATT as well because obviously Randall you know he got it done in the main event and one of the craziest heavyweight fights as well I've ever seen. Like, what was your reaction watching that backstage, or were you weren't in his corner, were you?
I was in the corner. Like
Oh, okay,
after
okay.
my fight, I didn't even celebrate. Like I was
Yeah,
just um I just took my MMA stuff off, I took my gloves off, and I was just in the corner with Randall, just chilling. It's not a celebration until the other guys got. That's the thing about fighting with other people. Like even if if he was to lose, then I wouldn't have even felt like I won. That's just how it is. Like you're there with your teammate, and yeah, if he wins, you win. If you lose, he loses. It's the same thing, like the same feeling. So yeah, I was just there backstage, and I walked out with him, and yeah, it was very, very. It was such a good feeling when he won as well. It was like double. It's
yeah.
like double the win, double the feeling.
Yeah, you can. There's definitely like I'd say with ATT compared to other gyms, the thing I noticed is you guys have like a real tight brotherhood. Like it's not just like you guys are teammates. It's like you guys are literally like all brothers. Like you come from all different cultures and everything, but it's like you're all
Yeah.
just under one brotherhood.
I feel like the ATT brotherhood is like cause it's such a strange gym. Like it's all these different types of like broken people that
Yeah,
just looked at fighting as a solution, and they all ended up at this gym. And yeah, that's how the brotherhood's built. Like that's how the brothers Suman and Ash have built it as well. So they yeah, it's just how we are, man. Like if you see the way Suman, like he's really passionate about his fighters. Like most people don't see it, but like the passion that those two guys have in their fighters is really crazy. And yeah, it just makes us feel like fuck it, like we're all in this together. Like what if you're not gonna share it with your whole crew? Like, what's the point of even winning on your own, right?
yeah, exactly. Like I mean, I guess that's sort of like at school. Like if one of your mates gets beat up, and then you'll say you beat someone up, and then your mate gets beat up the same day, you're going to be more worried about your mate than like celebrating you winning. So it's sort of like that.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. So obviously, Randall touched on it in his post-fight interview that ATT did get shot up like while training was like. Were you there when that happened? When it got shut up?
Nah, unfortunately, I wasn't there, and uh, I would have been there. It's the exact time that I'm in the shower as well. Like, I calculate because I was in Melbourne. Like, I had to go Melbourne because my partner lives here. Her family's here, so every now and then I come here. I'm here right now, actually. But
Oh yeah,
uh, if I was to be there, I would have been in the shower, like, at that exact time, and I'm like, "Shit, man, imagine that, like, just being in the shower and you hear when you're at home and you're in the shower and then you hear a loud bang? And it's like, "Oh, what the
yeah.
fuck was that?" Yeah, it would have been that, but in real. But,
Fuck.
yeah, it was alright. Like, I wasn't there, but everyone called me when it happened and all that, so I was kinda aware of everything that was happening.
Did anyone actually get shot, or did he miss like every single person?
Nah, man, he missed, point blank.
Yeah,
It was
fuck.
point
Well,
blank and he missed, like, fuck. Thank God he was a shit shooter, but,
yeah,
um, yeah, uh, it's very hard to actually get someone though. Like, I've been to the gun range and
yeah.
shot, like, it's actually so much harder than they make it out to be. Like, if you move
Really?
1 millimeter one way, it's completely off target. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, fuck. Well, yeah. Thankfully, yeah, like you say, he's a shit shooter. But like, how was training back at the gym after that? I would imagine like everyone would have sort of been on edge for the next
Yeah.
few weeks.
Yeah, everyone was on edge, and we lost a lot of like a lot of the team. Uh, but the real ones, the actual legit fighters, they all stayed. Like, they knew what's happened, and that, like, it has none of their business, and like yeah, it is what it is. Like, just put it
Yeah,
aside and start training again like nothing happened. Like, the real ones were able to do that. I understand if you were to leave, like, why you would leave and all that, but yeah, we just didn't really give a fuck after like a week, to be honest. Like, just got over it. It wasn't
yeah.
it wasn't like anything else.
I mean, at least it'd make you feel safer when you're actually fighting in the cage because you don't have to worry about someone fucking shooting it up. At least, like I'm sure that will make it a bit more. You feel safer in the cage than at the gym at that point, wouldn't you?
Not really, to be honest. Like, I feel safer in anywhere. Like, if you see some of the guys we have to train with, like even Darwin, like when you're sparring Darwin, it's just that's worse than being shot at. You know Darwin, yeah, Sagret.
Yeah. Name rings a bell. I can't. I think I can see a
Yeah.
face to it. Yeah.
He's
Is
probably
he
the
heavyweight?
hardest hitting person in Australia. He's a bantamweight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But yeah, honestly, like, it was no issue at all. Like, yeah, it affected the gym a little bit, but at the end of the day, the show must go on, and we just train as per
Yeah.
usual.
Yeah. No, for sure. But yeah, like you say, that was like months ago at least, and I think they caught the guy, didn't they?
Yeah, they caught the guy that kind of orchestrated the whole thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the whole thing stretches out to like a funny story. It's pretty funny. Yeah, they not
Yeah.
funny, but like it's interesting how it all unfolded. But I
Was
don't
it
know
like?
too much as well. I don't I like to stay away from the politics as much as possible and just come and train. But yeah,
Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to be, like, especially when it gets into like dangerous situations like that. It's like
yeah,
stick to the other dangerous stuff, which is fighting people in a cage.
yeah, fighting and knocking people out, right? Fighting blood
Yeah,
diamonds. that's way more scary than getting shot at.
Yeah. And I wanted to touch on something. So obviously when the fight got announced, you said you'd been like looking up to Blood Diamond for a bit. Had you were you just a big fan of his like kickboxing career or something like that?
Yeah, bro. Like I was a kickboxer first when I first started, and like watching him, watching Israel Adesanya, like this man, these guys are fucking good. Like that, even the guys they've beaten is people I used to look up to. Like he's
Yeah.
fought Michael Bordado and France Sanchez and all that. Like Blood Diamonds beat all these guys, and uh, me watching that as like a young kid growing up, it's like fuck, this guy's good, man. And I always kept up with whatever he was doing. Like I follow him on Instagram, and like he's one of those fighters that I respect. I like his style as well. It's very strange. It's like
Yeah.
uh, it's weird. Like I like that uniqueness about his style. Um, and yeah, man, like it was actually kind of terrifying training against, like knowing that you're gonna fight him. Uh, but yeah, turns out I'm dangerous as well. So
Yeah, exactly. And you've been fighting for a really long time. I seen a photo and it was you, Josh Kalibau, I think your coach, and Jamie Malaki, and it was like the four best featherweights in the country, and it was from like 2015 or something. Obviously, those three have been in the UFC, so now it's your chance to go in there and get in there. Next fight.
yeah, like I never really wanted to be in the UFC early. Um, like I always wanted to be in the UFC around this age now, 28, 29. Because I know a lot of people jump in the UFC when they're young, and then they're not at their peak. Like I think peak age for this sport is like 29 to like 37, 36, 37. So I was like, oh, what's the point of like going in when I'm like a kid and getting like out strength and stuff? But uh yeah, at the same time, I didn't really care. Even now, like if I make it, I make it. If not, like I'm not upset. Like it'll be cool. It'll be nice to
Yeah,
say I made the UFC, but if not, it's all good. Like still doing my thing. Like I'll still be fighting the best guys in this wherever I can. That's it.
yeah, definitely. I wanted to. So obviously, you started as a featherweight. Why did you fight Blood Diamond a welterweight? Because obviously, you said it's not really a weight class. Was it just like the opponent, like just a chance
Yeah.
to say you fought? Yeah,
Well, I thought I was fighting him at lightweight. For some reason, I thought he was a lightweight. Um, he was a
yeah,
lightweight fighter. I didn't know he was a welterweight. And like 3 weeks out, I asked him, and I was like, he's like, "How's your weight?" I was like, "Oh, it's good." And I was like, and he's like, "Yeah, we are just talking about the weight class." And then he said something about welterweight. I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Is that welterweight?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" So I was like, "Yeah, all right." I didn't really have to cut much weight. I started eating a little bit more. Yeah, I don't need to really cut for welterweight. I only cut because I wanted to be a little bit heavier coming in to the fight.
yeah,
I cut about like 2 kilos.
yeah. So not like it's not a permanent thing. You're not gonna fight at welterweight your next fight.
Nah, man, no way. Like these guys are huge.
Yeah.
You saw me in the cage. I'm pretty small, man. Like
Well, look
I'm.
at Alden Bates, like the Hex welterweight champion. He's fucking massive. He's like a light heavyweight in the
That's what I'm
welterweight weight
saying.
class. He's
Like the fuck am I gonna do against this guy, bro? Like if that guy was in front of me, I'd just stare at him and be like, the fuck, like this is just not fair. I'm a
uh,
natural lightweight. I can fight at featherweight again if I really wanted to, but like I never struggled making lightweight at all. Like it was fine. So
yeah,
that's my weight class. Like, and I've never lost in lightweight before. I've only lost twice in featherweight, and that was from bad weight cuts.
yeah,
And in my amateur and professional career together, like I've never ever lost in lightweight. I didn't even think I lost a round in lightweight. Uh, so yeah, I don't see why I would fight any other weight class.
yeah. And I did see your story. You're saying there was some news coming. Obviously, I know you probably can't break what that news is, but I'd imagine that's a lightweight fight.
Uh, yeah, I'll just keep it. When I announce it, I'll let everyone know then. But
Yeah,
yeah, they have offered me this that everyone knows that there's a Hex lightweight champion, and it's been offered. Uh,
yeah.
so that's not what the news is, though.
Oh, it's not.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not. I don't. Yeah, it's yeah. I'll let it'll be announced soon.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty interesting then. No, that's keep my eyes out for that then. Yeah,
Have
I
you
was thinking.
interviewed the lightweight guy for Hex, the champ?
Yeah, yeah, Harry. Yeah,
He's a cool guy, is he?
yeah, yeah. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's
I might need to take that belt one day.
yeah. No, I'd love to see the fight. It would be a good fight. You know, you both your styles. I feel like would make a pretty cool fight.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. He's good, man. Like he's not no slouch. Like, but bro, I've outstruck a lot of the best fighters in the world. So his striking is good, but I don't think it's as good as mine. Like I don't see anyone starching world champion kickboxers weight class above them. You know, so
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm confident in my abilities against that guy.
yeah. What about you versus like some of the other lightweights? Have you like got your eyes on any of the other lightweights? You know, Quillen Sourkild's out there. Doma fans, all them sorts of guys, or are you just strictly Hex, just fighting for Hex?
I don't care, man. Like I said, the opponent is irrelevant. Like I don't really give a shit. Uh, well, just put him in front of me and I'll punch on. If
Yeah,
it's something I want, like I'd like the hex belt.
yeah,
I'd like the eternal belt as well. I'd like the diamondback belt also, because that's one of the first big promotions I fought on, and that was actually against a home crowd of the other person as well. And I don't know if you know the guy Costa Masmenides. He
yeah,
was like a world champ as well in kickboxing. And bro, when I landed in Adelaide, every single person looked at me like I was fucking fresh meat. Like they're like, oh, and then they will talk to me like, oh, you're fighting Costa. Oh my gosh, like trying to like they would just felt sorry for me. I'm like, bro, it was late notice fight as well. I'm like, man, these guys are like full, like they just don't understand. But me and my coach, we was just it was me and him, and I actually think Roger Shippen was there as well. It was us three
oh,
against the whole Adelaide. Man, I knocked him out in one punch. I literally threw one punch that whole fight.
fuck.
So I was, yeah, I didn't care, man.
It's a thing I've noticed with some of the Filipino fighters, for like Filipino Australian fighters. Obviously, Anthony Drillich is half Filipino, and Josh Kalibau. You guys seem to have some fucking like some crazy punching power. I think maybe it's just a Filipino thing in general, but you guys can punch
Yeah.
fucking hard.
It's the legs, bro.
Yeah,
Everyone thinks like, oh, that guy's got a massive body. Like, nah, man, it's all legs. Like, that's what I've noticed, or that's what I believe as well. Like, I wouldn't even be worrying about some guy with a full shredded chest and blah 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 if they have skinny legs.
the
Like,
legs.
the power comes from the legs. If you saw me against Blood Diamond, you can see me circling uh, across the cage trying to find grip on the floor. That's what I was doing when I was backing off. I was
Yeah,
trying to find grip on the floor to activate my legs to throw my right hand. I wasn't. It's all in the legs, bro. That's where the power
yeah.
comes from. Like,
Yeah, no, definitely. That's why a lot of the like Samoans, Moldy guys, and all them, like all the Islanders, that's why they all punch so hard because they've all got them tree trunk legs.
yeah, that's literally all it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yeah, it's all legs,
like
man. Like, I don't have the strongest upper body. Like,
yeah,
everyone out rips me in muscles, but
yeah,
my legs, I really believe in my legs.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And I mean, it shows. I mean, Blood Diamond can be a testament to it.
But he had big legs too. Like
Yeah.
I don't like he was huge in the cage, man. Like the next day, I was like, damn, this guy put on a bit of size. I reckon he was at like 88, 89 in the cage. Like he was pretty
And
big.
so what you would have literally just been 77 in the cage, right? Maybe like 78.
No, I was about like I'd say I was like 80,
Okay, yeah.
81.
So you put on a bit of weight, yeah.
Yeah, like I was drinking a lot of water. I was trying to put on. I knew I was small. I knew I was small for the weight class.
Yeah.
But yeah, these hands, they it doesn't matter.
They don't
Got heavy
discriminate
hands
on the
still, you
weight
know?
class.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I said like the hands, it doesn't matter what weight class you get it, like you get it, it's still gonna hurt them. Like,
That's it, bro.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you look at a lot of these guys, like Volk. Like Volk started his career as a middleweight, and he was like knocking people out. Obviously, he's 5'6", and he was like knocking out middleweight. So it's like the power's still there, obviously, but it does get negated when the guys are so much fucking bigger.
Yeah, bro. And when these guys like these big welterweights cut down to welterweight, like yeah, you can still hit him with that shot, but the shot it, it does a lot less damage, and yeah, it just makes a big difference. Like these
Yeah,
weight classes are there for a reason.
yeah, exactly. I wanted to like ask, how long have you actually been at ATT for? Because I did see you did fight Josh Togo, who is obviously at ATT. So I imagine were you at ATT first, or was he?
I was at ATT first.
Oh, oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought he would have been there first. Okay, never mind.
No, he came after I fought him.
Yeah,
It was a similar instance with me and Blood Diamond. Like we were just competitors and just facing
yeah,
each other. There was no bad blood. Uh, we respected each other a lot, man. Me and Togo were like talking about hydration on the way in. Like he was telling me how to the best way to hydrate and stuff. And I gave him some banana bread and shit. Like it was fucking funny. Like just I dislike when people are like they hate their opponents and stuff. Like what's the point
yeah,
of that? But
yeah,
after that fight, yeah, me and Togo was like, man, like I want to join these guys, and he just come in, and yeah, that was it. We just became training partners from there.
yeah. No, I mean, that's always a great way to build friendships, though. I swear, like when you punch on with someone, there's just like that weird level of respect where, like, you can't hate, like you say, you can't hate your opponents, but like, it's like the best base for friendship sometimes is when you fight with that person first.
Yeah, it's a different relation. You've shared a different type of bond with that person.
Yeah,
Like you're trying to kill him. You got locked into a cage and you were just punching on for your life. And yeah, it's a weird bond. But I mean, Togo are very good friends today. Like,
yeah,
whenever he has a fight camp, I'm there. Whenever I have a fight camp, he's there. Like, we just help each other and we help lift each other up.
yeah. No, definitely. That's always good to see. Who is like your main training partners? Like, obviously, I'd imagine Togo is, but like, who are the other guys you mainly train with at ATT?
It depends on the opponent. Like, we have a lot of different body sizes. So for this one, it was Joel Kendrick. Uh, Farhood is actually one of my main training
Oh yeah,
partners. Uh, yeah, so Joel, he's very tall. So Joey, he's an amateur, but he's tall as well. Same size as Blood Diamond. Dean, he's an amateur as well. And obviously Togo. So a lot of longer bodies that I would have trouble pushing forward. Uh, and yeah, it's all about getting used to getting used to the body size. There's no point training with someone that's like 4 foot tall. If I'm fighting someone that's 6 foot tall, you know. So yeah, it just depends on the main. But someone like me, I can adapt to different styles. So I'll be able to help different people, be a different body for other people. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you're pretty well rounded, obviously. Like people see that knockout, but not realize you've got so many submissions. Like you said, you're a purple belt, so you're like, yeah, you're definitely well rounded in your like, you're not just a striker, you're also a grappler.
Yeah, well, by accident, because like I just wanted to be a striker, and
Yeah.
my two losses was from two guys just humping my leg, and I'm like, shit, like I couldn't get them off me. Uh, and I just needed to figure out how to negate that. So that's why I started working on my jits. And yeah, now I consider myself a bit quite well rounded now. And if people want to take me down, I'll try and finish it there as well. Like I'm a finisher at the end of the day. Like I always go for the finish. Uh, so yeah, it's helped me a lot, to be honest. Like those two losses.
Yeah, no, that's always good. It's, as long as you find improvements after a loss, it's not it. Like I know it's a bit cliche and cringe to say a bit, but people say I didn't take a loss. I took it. It was a learning experience, sort of thing. But if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do take
yeah.
it as a learning experience, it is. As long as you're not going out there getting starched in like 10 seconds, I feel like you can take anything from a loss.
Yeah, even my wins though, like I actually watch my fights back and back, like all the time, and I see what I did, what he did, where I went wrong, where I went right, and I just analyze that whole thing and try to add it into my next training. Um, but yeah, I'm not like the type of guy that wants to be the champion and shit like that. Like I don't really care. Like I just want to keep improving myself and keep testing myself. That's where I find the fun in this sport. It's just a way for me to keep improving and demonstrating and showing my skills. And yeah, fortunately for some people that I fight, it ends up in them getting knocked out unconscious, but it is what it is. It's the game, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But you do want to get all them regional belts though, obviously. You want to be like fucking Thanos with like all the Infinity Gauntlets with all the belts. You got the
Yeah,
Eternal one, the
bro.
Hex one, the Diamondback one.
Yeah. Honestly, those are the three belts I'm looking at. Like, I want the Hex
Yeah,
belt, I want the Eternal belt, and I want the Diamondback belt. And even if I retire after that, I'm cool, man.
yeah,
But if I get a call up for a bigger promotion, then obviously I'll take that opportunity first.
yeah. No, definitely. I wanted to also touch on, you said the Farhood's one of your main training partners. He's a interesting personality, like I love watching his interviews because like he's very unfiltered. He just says what's on his mind.
Yeah. But a lot of the people from the gym are unfiltered. Like,
Yeah.
you guys see them at a filtered level, like, believe it. But I'm the most filtered person at our gym. Like, uh, I don't know. I'm very like kick back, like subtle. Like I don't, I don't talk much. I just whatever, and that's why it's good having them there because like you just
Yeah.
hear how much they have to say, and it's so funny, and it's like fuck, I would never say that, but yeah, even Randall, he's very unfiltered.
Oh my God, yeah, Randall, Jesus, yeah. That I'm glad you brought that up because obviously Randall in his post-fight interview was talking about going around all the gay clubs in New Zealand. Did you
Yeah,
join him at the
dancing
gay?
with a bunch of fucking like it's a word he said that I wouldn't even say in this stream, man. It's like
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, bro. I care about my publicity, you know?
yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, he's. I love when he wins. The best part of a Randall Raymond fight, like he has great fights, but the best part is the post-fight interviews. He's always got something fucking funny to say.
Yeah. I'll take my glasses, bro. They're glaring. Um,
All good.
yeah, man. Randall is one of a kind. You can't, bro. He was like drunk the whole way through. Like, I don't think people realize that when he was saying he was at the gay bar off his head, he was literally at the gay bar off his head. Like the fight day, I had to wake him up. The bus was there, and I went into the room because I had a different room, and it was still asleep, passed out. And I'm like, Randall, man, wake the fuck up, bro. I've already, I've already done my training. Like I train in the morning of the fight. Like I eat good food and like I make sure I do everything properly. And then I get to the room and Randall's fucking passed out, like has fucking junk food all over him, has a beer half open. I'm just like, fuck, is this guy even fighting? But man, he pulled it off, and that's you can't even say anything. It's just like, how the fuck did he do that? Like, it's actually crazy. I
Yeah,
saw
some
everything, so I can actually say like he actually did what he was saying. Like he went to the gay bar. He came home at like 4 a.m. before the fight. Like I saw the whole thing,
yeah, some people some
yeah, sorry, which for his opponent, it's like fuck. This guy fully just fucked around the whole fight and still beat me.
I was going to say some people before fights, they'll take performance enhancing drugs, but it's like he takes performance enhancing drugs. So he's getting drunk and pissed and shit like that and going to the gay club to
Right,
fight before.
he's a unicorn, man. Like
Yeah,
I would never ever be able to pull that off. Like if I had one drink, I would already my whole soul would just be like, oh, you already lost the fight, bro.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
He's got
The
that
funny thing
heavyweight
is he
privilege
knew he was
though.
gonna win.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I was going to say he's got that heavyweight privilege though, where he doesn't really have to worry about the weight cut and everything like that. Like
Yeah.
like after the fight, he can just like balloon up if he wants, sort of thing.
Bro, the thing is we were in the sauna cutting weight, like, cause he was I was actually restricting my calories and stuff, and he was eating wherever he wanted.
Yeah,
Uh, and then I bought scales, and I ended up with having 2.5 kilos to cut. And then I was like, Randall, bro, jump on the fucking scale. I reckon you're overweight. And he's like, all right. Jumps on the scale. He had 2.5 kilos to cut as well. And I'm like, fucking hell. So yeah, we were in the sauna playing chess, cutting the weight. Like it was good.
yeah. And he's like Randall fought at like light heavyweight at one point too, didn't he? Or he was trying to go down to 205.
Yeah, he did fight at light heavyweight. He was
Yeah.
trying to get to middleweight, but he didn't
Fuck.
make that cut. That would have been
Yeah.
scary, man. Like Randall at middleweight, imagine that.
Yeah, holy shit. Like, because he's a strong fucking guy at heavyweight, like ragdoll on these bigger guys. Could you imagine him against like smaller guys?
Yeah. But Randall trains until he vomits though. Like even when I was versing him in chess, man, I was smashing him. Like I'm like, Randall, bro, just resign. Like there's I've already won. And he goes, nah. And he ended up beating me like at the very last second. I'm just like, fuck. Like this guy just doesn't have a quit in him. It's all
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah. I mean, you could see that in the fight. Like, gets dropped, he's getting back up, he's getting fucking swarmed, and he always comes back. Like, that's the thing in his fights. He could be losing the first round or so, or, first 2 minutes, but he'll come back that next minute and win. Like, he's got some crazy heart in him.
Yeah, bro. He won't give up. Like you can that's actually the scariest fighter to fight, man. Knowing
Yeah.
fighting someone that actually won't give up, that's fucked. That's
Yeah.
messed up.
And I even went back and watched a lot of his, how he has like those bare knuckle fights in his like backyard or wherever it was. I love watching them as well. Like he was trying to start up like bare knuckle Australia or something like that. I watched all his bare knuckle fights as well. They were pretty sick.
Yeah. He's still doing that. Like
Yeah,
he's gonna be an advocate for bare knuckle. He's so passionate about it. Like after fighting, I think that's all he's gonna do, just bare knuckle fights.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's really interesting. I'd never do it.
That was going to be my next question. Yeah, yeah,
I've done enough bare knuckle fights in my days. Uh,
yeah,
Now I just do it to test myself
yeah,
and get better. But I don't see anything out of fighting bare knuckle anymore, unless it's for a specific reason.
yeah. Exactly. I mean, look at the fucking what it does to your face, like fighting bare knuckle, like the scar tissue and shit like that from just fighting bare knuckle is fucked.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't. I'm not into it, but
Yeah,
yeah, it is what it is. I can see why they are.
yeah. Is it just him at the gym who's into it, or is any of the other guys at your gym like doing the bare knuckle thing as well?
No, it's just him. Um, and he hangs out with a crew of people that love that stuff as well.
Yeah,
Like Yes. Imagine like 5 Randalls just showing up in the backyard, punching on. Like, yeah, I think in bare knuckle in our gym it's just him, man.
Yeah, because I think I seen he was like I think he bare knuckle boxed like a rugby player or something like that. I think the comments were saying like some former rugby
Yeah,
union guy or something like that.
yeah, yeah. He did. I watched that fight as well, and the guy was like, "Oh, that's enough, Randall. That's enough."
Yeah, yeah. I've seen one as well where he was just bashing some guy up, and he's like, "Nah, I can't keep doing this to you. You're too small." And he was just fucking beating this cunt up so badly as well.
Yeah. No, he's like I said, bro, he's a unicorn, man. You don't get many of those guys around. It's very once
Yeah,
in a lifetime.
yeah, definitely, definitely like a fucking different breed of man. You know, if there was more men like Randall Raymond out there, holy shit.
Yeah. No, I have a lot of
Yeah,
funny stories with Randall. Like, he's a good. He's one of the most genuine, nice blokes you'll ever meet as well. Like, he got me my first job, working
oh, really?
demolition with him. So,
Oh, that's
yeah, he's a good man.
do you have a favorite Randall Raymond story?
Not really. Like, there's a lot, but one time we were working in and we were working in demolition, and me and Randall got stuck underneath underneath a lobby. We were demoing this whole apartment block, and we got stitched up having to fucking move like tons of bricks with our bare hands up this hill out of the lobby. And yeah, me and Randall the whole time were just like thinking it was strength and conditioning. It was like 10 hours straight of just lifting bricks up, and we just yeah, we had a lot of bonding time then because it was just me and
Yeah,
him stuck shoveling out bricks because we there was no other way. So uh yeah, stuff like that. Just I don't
yeah.
know, it's funny.
Yeah, no, I as well as the promos, you know, he seems very Sean Strickland-esque. It's like his backstory into the sport and everything like that as well. And even just like the way he acts, he's like sort of like an Australian Sean Strickland, I swear.
Yeah, like he beat his opponent with sarcasm, man.
Yeah,
Like his opponent was so serious and Randall was just sarcastic. I'm like, bro, I feel like Randall's getting under his skin just from him being sarcastic.
yeah.
But I don't know.
I seen he said that. Yeah, I'm gonna. What did Randall say? Like, because obviously Brando said he was gonna knock him out in 30 seconds, and then Raymond, I think he said that I'm gonna make it long and boring or something like that. Or you know, he said I'm gonna keep it going long or something like that.
Yeah. No, he was like, "Oh, you're a quick finisher, eh?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was cracking up. You could hear me laughing in the press conference because the mic was close to my face. But yeah,
Yeah,
that whole thing was funny. Like it was a very, very good experience. I'm glad it was with Randall.
yeah. Yeah, and I think they should just let Randall go to all the press conferences, even if he's not fighting. They should just have him at the press conference. Let him
Yeah.
shoot talk with the other guys because yeah, he makes them press conferences.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things he was supposed to say that he didn't say. I'm like, oh, I'm glad he didn't say it.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
So I could think he would get into a lot of trouble if he was in all these press conferences because maybe one time he'll slip out.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I feel like if he was in the UFC, it'd be the UFC's like worst fucking nightmare, like the worst press you can get for the UFC.
Yeah, literally. He'll get cancelled everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, especially in this day and age, man. So,
Yeah.
you obviously coming off that win and knocking out a guy like Blood Diamond. I did see on the post of Blood Diamond like dancing. I seen a lot of your teammates sort of like taking the piss out of him a little bit after that win. Like, I think more so, I think it was just taking the piss out of the fans. But did you catch all their comments on the video of Blood Diamond dancing?
Nah, but the promoter actually came up to me. He was telling me about it. He goes, "Bro, uh, Blood Diamond's copying a lot of stuff from your gym." Like, I was like, "Oh, really?" Like, I didn't actually see it. What was it?
Oh, I think it was just a bunch of like laughing emojis and saying like, fuck, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but yeah, they was just like taking the piss out of him pretty much, like saying all that dancing or I think somebody commented, the dance went longer than the fight and all this sort of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it, so
yeah,
but
yeah, fair.
yeah, it kinda did go longer than the fight.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's wrong. I mean, technically it's right, so it's
I
not.
was I was actually shocked 'cause, I didn't realize how many fans he actually had in that stage.
Yeah,
Like, the arena was all his fan base. Like, it was actually crazy that they were screaming so loud for him, and I was like, "Fuck it." Like, that's why I started dancing. I'm like, "I may as well start
yeah.
dancing as well." Like,
I
fuck it.
noticed, yeah. I noticed that they put the camera on you. I was like, oh, yeah. You can tell. I was like, oh fuck, Blood Diamond's probably about to die, isn't he? So I was like, fuck, this guy's like loose. He's not like nervous in it at all.
Yeah. No, I was locked in, bro. Like,
Yeah,
everyone was actually worried. They're like, "Bro, Ray's actually, like, too nice here." Like, he's like everyone was kinda worried that I was, like, not in the zone, bro, but the moment the ref says fight, that I'm locked in, bro. Like, it's all strategy and game plan and trying to knock that guy's head off. Like, I don't even know who he is at that point. It's just someone that's been in front of me that I have to take out. So that's what happens.
yeah, exactly. I also I noticed that like there was a bit of inactivity in your like recent years. Like, what was the reason behind that? Like, not was you could you just not find fights or something?
For 5 years, like when I
Yeah,
had time off.
yeah,
Yeah, I just had to take time off for myself, man. Like, I kind of got over the sport. I kept getting injured, like the same
yeah,
injury, and yeah, it's been happening to me for a long time, and then I was just like, "Fuck it!" Like, couldn't be fucked anymore, and I had to actually like figure out who I was because I was always like Ray the fighter. So I had like an identity crisis, and then all that shit came up, like all this depression, anxiety shit that I never even knew about until it happened. And then I was like, all right, let's deal with this. And then got a job. Then I realized I didn't even actually like having a job. So I started my own business and just kept doing that and learning
yeah,
about business. And it was business and fighting are very hand in hand. So I was
yeah,
just doing that the whole time and finding myself, like figuring out who I am. And then I was like, oh, I feel like I'm good now. I can start training properly again. And then, yeah, I just come back to fighting. As simple as that.
yeah. Do you still run your business?
Yeah. I've started and sold a couple throughout that 5 years. Um, but I'm running one now that's I'm just running it at the same well, I'm not really running it. I've like systemized the whole thing and I have staff doing it now.
Yeah,
So it's allowed me to just focus on fighting properly
yeah.
and yeah.
What is your business like? What
So
type
I have
of?
like a virtual assistant outsourcing agency.
Yeah,
This one in particular, and we just help because I'm Filipino, so I'm very much ingrained in my roots and my culture as well. So like it just we help business owners in Australia find like high quality virtual assistants from the Philippines. This is there's no
yeah,
reason why you should be paying $30-50 an hour for like some low value recurring task. May as well just outsource it to the Philippines for like $15. And
yeah,
yeah, we kind of figured that out and created a business around it.
yeah. Nah, that's cool then. Yeah, no, it's always good like to give back to your community and stuff like that as well. Like to all the Filipinos out there.
Yeah, and it's fun, bro. It's literally exactly like fighting. You test yourself, you grow, you figure things out, and then you come out of it a better businessman or a better fighter.
Yeah,
And that's what I really enjoyed about business. And I keep it on the hush hush, me and my business, because
yeah,
I don't know, no reason to talk about it online. I just run it
yeah,
on like only like my close circle around me know about me and business and stuff. But I just do that on the down low.
Yeah, no, that's good then. But I'd imagine it makes like fighting a bit less stressful because, like, obviously, it's fighting isn't the only way you're making income. So, like, when you go in there, you're probably going to be a lot more locked in because
Mm.
it's just like fun to you, right? Because obviously, it's not your main source of income. So it's you know, just I know I'm simplifying a little bit, but it's just like you're going in there for fun more than just like that's your
Yeah, bro.
future.
I don't get paid for fighting. Like
Yeah,
I get paid like a couple grand. And fuck, what the fuck is that? You know.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
in the grand scheme of things, having to pay for my diet, my training, my recovery, even like going out to another country, paying for like because the hotel they put us in isn't the best. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get my own hotel. Even like the food, like different flights and shit. Like you actually end up minus.
yeah.
But like yeah, even like I wouldn't even go into UFC for money. Like 15 grand a fight. Like that's not really anything, bro.
Yeah, especially
It's
when you're
sport.
going over to America and everything, the tax and everything would be crazy.
Yeah, I know there's different ways around tax, but like still,
Yeah,
unless you're making like 120, 200, 300 grand, uh, yeah, it's not really financially sound. So yeah, it's allowed me to really not give a shit. And it kind of gives me a nice balance because I don't like partying or anything. I just enjoy uh like a lot of self-development. So when I'm
yeah,
like overworked in business, I have no choice but to leave and start and getting ready for training. So when I'm training, I'm thinking about training and I'm not thinking about business. And then after I train, I come back home and then I can switch on again, like, but fresh. And like, it's almost like I've meditated for like 3 hours while I was training.
yeah,
So
yeah. No, definitely.
it's really good balance.
I did see on your story like you had your first drink in a while. You're not like a big drinker either.
Nah, bro, I fucking hate alcohol. It's the
Yeah,
absolute worst thing in the world. I don't know how
yeah,
Randall does it, but like, I don't, that was the first time I drank like properly this whole year. I don't
yeah,
drink. Like I'll have a glass of wine with some food every now and then, but yeah, that was the first time I drank to actually get drunk, and I've been sick since. Like my stomach's sore, like my mental is like very fuzzy and
yeah.
cloudy. It's like fucking shit. I don't know how people do it, bro.
Yeah, I cut drinking out about. I mean, I was obviously a teenager when I cut out drinking. I was about 18, turning 19 or something. I haven't drank since, but it's definitely beneficial because you feel like shit after drinking.
Bro, it's just you're performing very, very minuscule.
Yeah,
It just doesn't. I don't know. I like to perform at my peak at all times in business
yeah,
and fighting and training, everything. I just feel like when you drink, you're just performing very, very, like, I don't know, not the best. But
yeah.
if it helps you get through some things in life, then power to you, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad I cut it out though. I feel like it's just, I don't know. I don't see the need. I can have fun without getting like fucking completely wasted and needing to fucking go yak in a fucking lawn. Like go yak in some plants or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
see
yeah.
the need in that.
No, 100%. Like, even like smoking. A lot of fighters smoke weed, but I don't know. I can't even do that. Like,
Yeah,
I just feel like it switches me off, which I don't want to be switched off. Like, some people do it because they can't control their mind or they want to escape from the reality of what their mind's going through. But I've realized that if you just learn how to control your mind and know that there's highs and lows and you need to just stay balanced. You don't need all that shit. Like
yeah,
that's that. Yeah, I think a lot of people are abusing these things just because they try and escape from things, which is just their mental health.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, as a kid, well, I say kid, as a teenager, I used to
Yeah.
smoke and like it was not fucking helping me escape anything. If anything, it was making me too paranoid and too fucking stressed. I had to cut that shit out. Like it wasn't making me escape, it was bringing on even more problems. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Cause like the more you smoke, bro, like eventually you have to deal with what you're running from. But if you
yeah,
smoke, you're just adding a tiny like little layer to what you have to deal with. Um, and then you run away from it again the next day is adding a little layer again. One day you're just gonna trip over this fucking big rug that you've built up, and it's gonna hit you like I think that's what happened to me. That's probably why I had so much time off,
yeah,
because I had to deal with it for like 3 4 years. But
yeah,
yeah, it's a good lesson that I've learned, and lucky I've learned it at this age.
yeah, no, definitely. Dan, that was like some inspirational stuff right there, man. Like that's fucking good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know, bro. Like I'm just telling what I from my experience. Like,
yeah,
uh,
no, I agree 100%, man. That was fucking. You should get into therapy or something like that. I feel like you'd be able to inspire. You should be a life coach.
well, it's not even that, bro. It's just I know a lot of these problems are arise from intrusive thoughts, like thoughts
Yeah,
that people think they're having when really, uh, it's just a thought, bro. But when you have
yeah,
anxiety and depression and all that shit, you you actually attach to these thoughts.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
you make you it's like you're pouring gasoline on like a tiny little flame that didn't even matter at the end of the day. But because your mental health isn't right, you kind of obsess about it, and then you go, "Oh fuck!" Like, yeah, and then you try put it out with some weed or some fucking ice, which is fucked up, or like
Yeah,
some alcohol.
yeah,
So yeah, bro. Like it's very simple at the end of the day, bro. It's just you're trying to conquer your mind.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And I feel like as a fighter, that's like probably not just. It's not just the battles like sparring and stuff like that. I feel like the biggest battle is like the battle within your mind, right? Before you get in that cage, because if you're not
mm,
locked in, yeah, it's probably going to be a bad day.
bro, like that was the battle I had to go through against Blood Diamond. Like I was kind of worried, like because I've never fought a striker like him, and I knew I could do it. It's just like it was the state of the unknown, like not knowing what would actually happen was affecting me. So I was just like, fuck it. I had to deal with it. Uh, and by the time I got into that cage, I didn't give a fuck anymore, bro.
Yeah,
I was switched on. Like everything I was worried about was gone and it's been dealt with. I've already felt the fear. I've already felt everything. So yeah, I'd rather deal with it leading up to the fight and then have it be gone when I'm fighting than not be nervous, not be worried or anything. And when I'm fighting, like fucking be shitting it, shaking and stuff like that.
yeah.
You know. So
What's
yeah,
like,
it's all mental, bro.
yeah, no, definitely. What's your like your prep just before, like when you're backstage, you're just hitting pads? Are you doing like listening to music, meditating? Like, what do you do to prepare yourself before you
Mm.
go out there?
No, I don't listen to music, bro. Like even when I'm driving, I don't listen to music. It's weird.
Yeah,
Like I'll happily listen to it, nothing. Like even when I go for a walk, I'll listen to nothing, bro. Um, so same thing when I was leading up to the fight, like hitting pads. I wasn't listening. I didn't have any headphones in. Everyone else did, but I just like being amongst everything. And in terms of training, like I just listen to my coach, bro. Like whatever he
yeah,
says to do, if he says let's hit some pads, we'll hit some pads, warm up. If he says stretch out, I'll stretch out, bro. And yeah, I don't really do anything other than just be amongst everything and listen to what my coach has to say, which is swimming. He was kind of like doing everything for me. Some one
yeah,
thing less to think about is having how to prepare myself.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Has he always been your main coach?
Yeah, bro. well, I had a couple kickboxing fights, and then that gym closed down, and then that's when Suman and Ash took me in, and yeah, he's been my coach ever since. Like, and a lot of people come and go from that gym, but bro, like people just think the grass is greener on the other side or something. Like it's the same shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're gonna face these battles everywhere. You may as well just face it where you feel comfortable and where people have put in a lot of their time and energy into you. You may as well sort it out at that same spot rather than thinking it's all gonna be good in the other side. So I didn't feel any reason to leave. So yeah, he's been my coach ever since and probably until the rest of my career.
Yeah, yeah. That was gonna be my next question. I was also gonna ask, like, what's the status with Ash? Like, is he because he had some legal issues, right? Is he
Yeah.
back in? Is he back out now?
Nah, man, he's still in there. And I don't really know. Hopefully he comes out soon.
Yeah,
But the boys are all holding it down for him at the gym. Like my whole thing for this fight was to just bring some empowerment to the gym, show all the boys that are training at our gym that like fuck, we're still a top gym. Like don't stop putting your head down, fucking thinking we're nothing, like we're still here and we're still gonna make an impact in this whole scene. So that's all I wanted
yeah,
to do. You can even ask Suman. I told him from the beginning, he's like, bro, I don't give a fuck about this fight. I just want to bring empowerment back into the boys, back into the gym. And me and Randall both did that, bro.
yeah. And over a solid gym as well, like you say before, like one of the best striking gyms in the world in CKB. You went 2-0 over them guys.
Yeah, went 2-0. We were both fighting their prospects. Like, we were both, uh, I don't know if I was the underdog, but I felt like they were kind of counting me out. Like,
Yeah,
so yeah, it definitely was in their home crowd, but
yeah,
fuck, we got it done, bro, against all odds.
yeah. In enemy territory as well.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, no, it was fucking awesome. That was an awesome card though. Did you catch like the other fights? Did you see Sean Gauchi's fight?
Yeah, I saw that. Me and Sean are good friends. Like we fought a lot on the same card, so we always have a good chat. Even
Yeah,
after, I felt like me and him should have got the knockout bonus.
yeah. Who ended up
Uh,
getting? Oh, Ollie Schmid did, didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't know. What do you consider a cool knockout? Like, because I consider the the person you're fighting like if you can ice a caliber opponent like Blood Diamond, I don't know about you, bro. That deserves a fucking KO. That deserves a bonus, man.
yeah,
Um, because there's no way he'd do that spinning back fist shit on Blood Diamond. That's not gonna work.
yeah. No, exactly. You're not wrong. Like even the UFC when they do their performance bonuses, if you're fighting like a lesser guy, even if it's like a crazy KO, they don't give him a bonus. So because he fought like
Yeah.
a debutant as well, but it was
Yeah,
also a very
exactly.
flashy. So it's like it's
It
hard
was
to.
flashy, bro. But man, if imagine if I fought that guy, they've
Yeah,
they've both fought at lightweight.
yeah.
I would have done some fucking spinning back helicopter kick and got my bonus.
Uh, I was gonna say though, yeah, Sean Gauchi, his KO was pretty cool. He's a cool guy as well. Like he should be in the UFC in my opinion. 9-1 now, like over a 10-5 or 10-4 opponent as well. Like he fucking spectacular KO.
Bro, yeah. There's no one in flyweight that knocked people out like that, man. Like it
Yeah,
trips me out, eh? Like you watch flyweight fights and it's like, fuck, this is so boring. Like it's like they're just punching each other with pillows.
yeah,
But man, Sean Gauchi's he's an exciting flyweight to watch because he's like me. Goes for the KO,
yeah,
goes for the finish.
yeah,
Like otherwise, what's the point? Yeah, like
yeah,
we're entertainers. People are watching to be entertained. Oh, I
yeah.
can't hug the leg for fucking 3 rounds and then say, "Oh, I won."
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing, like with the UFC is like the scoring criteria, like for like scoring fights, like that's not even like that fucking important is holding people down and like pumping their leg, as you say. Like if they're not fucking hitting the person, you shouldn't win just for holding someone down. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. But like even Khabib, bro, he holds people down, but he's fucking pounding him.
Yeah,
You know,
but he's doing
like that's
stuff though. He's
entertaining.
damaging. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
damaging and like going for subs and stuff like that. But like when there's like fighters who'll just take someone down and just like lay on them and fucking deep breathe into their ears and whisper fucking
Yeah,
stuff.
bro, telling fucking bedtime stories and shit. Like, fuck
Yeah,
off.
exactly. Like, that's not fucking doing any damage. Like that's reverse. That's negative fucking damage. You're making them feel comfortable in that position. If
Yeah.
anything.
You're just fucking giving them a good time, eh? Giving them a
Yeah,
cuddle, but I don't know, bro. Like I said, like I'm on my own lane, so I do my own race, and
yeah,
if they want to fight like that, all good. I've figured out ways to make sure people don't do that to me ever again.
yeah,
So that yeah, it won't be happening to me. That's for sure.
yeah. No, that's good, man. Well, I mean, a lot of the like guys at your gym, they do seem to have pretty good takedown defense. Like Josh Togo's got some fucking crazy takedown
Bro.
defense in his fight.
Yeah. And that's it. That's who like like me and Toga are always bouncing off ideas. Like I do something, it works. He'll catch on, and then he'll figure out a way to negate that. That's bro. If you see me and Togo spar like in the gym, it's actually kind of boring because everything's negated. Like everything he does, I know what he's doing. Everything I do, he knows what I'm doing. So I've got a good right hand. He's got a good left hand. He has fast kicks, but I have like kind of powerful kicks, and it's funny, bro. It's just everything's negated. Um,
Yeah,
so it's yeah, it's interesting. This game is
yeah,
actually
no,
very interesting.
yeah. He does. He's not. There's nobody really with his style. I feel like it's a very unique type of style. The way like his head movement, the way he moves, and everything. Like it's a very his own type of style.
Yeah, you'll see at ATT, everyone's got a
Yeah,
full different style. It's so strange. Like there's not one person with the same style. You can't even say ATT have this certain style. Like CKB, they're all kickboxers, right?
yeah,
Like ATT is like everyone's different. Like I'm a karate dominant striker. Like Togo is like I don't even know what the fuck Togo is. Farhood's like a fucking I don't know either. You know,
yeah.
he's
He's got
just
his own unique style as well.
yeah. So yeah, it's all pretty. Yeah, it's funny. It's a good but. It's good to train with those lads. Honestly.
Yeah. Do you know if Farhood's like moving back down? Because I don't think he should have ever been a middleweight. Like for his last fight, that was fucking crazy, man. I don't know why he went up against that fucking guy. That guy was massive.
Yeah, he risked it, bro. Like
Yeah,
to achieve proper greatness, you need to put it all
yeah,
on the line. Like even me, if I didn't have to take this fight with Blood Diamond, but I just wanted to test myself, and I knew if I beat him, if I beat Blood Diamond and I took him down, uh, like no one would give a fuck. Like Brett,
yeah.
like yeah, you were already gonna beat him on the ground, but it's because I beat him in a
Standing.
striking match is what was so special to me. It's like fuck, I
Yeah,
outstruck a world champion kickboxer where no one else in welterweight wanted to stand up with him. So that's what was so important, and I took the risk, and it went my way. So Farhood took that risk. He took the lightweight title, took the welterweight title. He wanted to solidify himself and take the middleweight title against some fucking crazy guy. That guy's good, man. He's not shit.
yeah. Yeah, that guy's fucking really good. Good cardio, big guy. Like
Yeah.
his only loss was like a split decision to like a 16-1 fucking Dagestani light
Yeah.
heavyweight. So it's like fucking Jesus.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, if he would have won, fucking shut the gates. That would have been a really good moment. But he lost, and yeah, it's a bit hard on him. And I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, well, it is what it is, bro. Like even the wave that he did, it's like fuck it. How
yeah,
many guys did you knock out in wave?
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. Like it is what it is. Fuck it. Like and
Yeah,
told him I was like, just you're gonna knock someone out again, and then you're gonna forget about this whole thing. It's still pass.
Exactly. But like, especially at his own weight class as well, you know, like he can be
Yeah,
upset about it, but like you say, he's fighting a fucking monster, like a genuine fucking monster of a man up two weight classes. Like he shouldn't even be a welterweight. Like he's a lightweight. Like and he went up two weight classes to fight a middle. Well, not even a
yeah,
middleweight. That was a light heavyweight moving down as well. Like that's fucking scary.
correct.
Like
Yeah,
yeah, big
yeah, bro.
balls.
Like he didn't cut weight to go. He had to gain weight. Like he would be at the gym like eating everything he could. Like
Yeah.
it's funny as, but I don't know. That's what we do. I'd never fight a middleweight. Fuck that. Like,
Could you imagine you in the cage with that guy? The fucking size difference would be fucking crazy. It'd look like a heavyweight versus like a bantamweight.
yeah, bro. I wouldn't even be in the cage with him.
Yeah,
I'm not that. I don't dare to be that brave. You know.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't blame you, man. But Firehwood will be back like this year, I'd imagine. Like, is he looking to come back soon?
Yeah. Like after my
Yeah,
fight, he's like, bro, like you really switched it on for me. Um, and that's all I wanted to do, bro. Like bring back power to the boys. Show them like, look, bro, we're actually proper fighters here. You know, like I feel like everyone's like everyone was a bit low in the gym, like they didn't know what was gonna happen and shit like that. So now that we've done this, me and Randall, uh, we brought the power back to everyone. Like fuck, we can actually do this. Let's go, boys! And I can see it now already. I haven't been to the gym, but I'm seeing a lot of like good momentum already. So
yeah.
it's good.
Who's like the next ATT guy to like fight? Like, do you know like who's?
Yeah. Have you looked into Matty Ian before?
Nah, I haven't.
Bro, he's a fucking weapon. Like, we have a lot of good guys like Hader Kuda. Um, these are guys that like I struggle with, and their weight classes below me. It's like
Yeah,
they just need their time to shine. And that's it. Matty Ian took a little bit of time off as well, same as Hader. Like they're all doing their own thing, but the moment they come back, bro, like we're gonna be a powerhouse of a gym again. Like it's gonna be
yeah,
crazy. But there's so many of them, bro. That's just two. Like there's like about
yeah,
10, 15 people coming up.
yeah. And you mentioned a lot of amateurs as well. Like, you know, guys who haven't even built a name yet coming up as well. So
Yeah, like a lot. There's so many of them, bro. Like even the people that haven't fought, like
yeah.
there's a lot. So let's just wait and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. It's once you're done fighting, is like coaching something you want to do with the young and upcoming
No, not
fighters,
really.
or nah?
Uh, I like to like start like my own gym, but not like a
Yeah,
MMA gym, like a cool, like subtle fitness gym. I don't know,
yeah,
like a minimalistic gym, like with nice, I don't know, timber, concrete features, and if I was gonna do anything, I would do something like that.
yeah,
But I'll do it in Melbourne. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't really want to be a coach. Like I'm happy to just keep giving value where I can, being a training partner. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't, or maybe a promoter one day. That would be cool.
yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah,
Even though
with the whole
they're sorry.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say with your whole gym idea, I've always thought if I ever owned a gym, I'd do it opposite like a McDonald's or a KFC or something. So like when all the fat guys and women walk out of the KFC, they'll see a
Yeah,
gym and they're like, I'm letting myself go a little bit. I'll go to the gym like that. I feel like that's perfect fucking
yeah,
marketing to get like a bunch of clientele.
yeah, bro. So you're playing chess, man, not checkers.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about that sort of stuff. That's my business savvy mind.
Yeah. No, yeah. Other than that, probably if I can have a promotion or do something like that, that'll be fun. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not really too interested in these type of businesses.
yeah,
I'll just keep working on my other businesses that I got going now and build them up. Like I want to be a property developer one day as well.
yeah,
So that's all like in the pipeline.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's always good to have all them different like businesses and stuff to do like that. Uh, with the promoting, is like, do you want to do an MMA promotion or boxing or just whatever?
Yeah, like the thing with promoting is, I've seen promotions and and I don't know. I just feel like because businesses heavily run on systems and processes, and a lot of promoters don't understand that. They think that they just do all the work and they they have the get shit done attitude. Like, oh, I need to fucking do everything, and they're constant on the pump. It's like a sprint, and then run the show and then kick back. You know. But I feel like if they put good systems and processes and like pretty much standard operating procedures in place, like when this happens, do that, this happens, do that, and document the whole thing. I don't know. That's how UFC became UFC,
Yeah.
you know? So I'd like to do that. Implement systems and processes into it. Sounds a bit nerdy, but
No, I
um
get it.
like I like to clean up from like other shows and just show them like, hey, there's a different way. Maybe not even run my own show, just be like a consultant to like create documentation around the shows,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, do you
Um,
help with Urban Fight Night? Like, do you help with those cards?
nah, not really, because I haven't really had the chance to have a conversation with Sumil Ash about that, but I don't
No,
know.
yeah.
Maybe I've tried, but it's just a little bit too hard because most of the times, with those shows I'm fighting.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's true.
yeah, maybe later on, I might help out, try to help out a bit.
Yeah. When's the next Urban Fight Night? Because like I've been catching some of the events. Like they put on some good events.
Yeah,
Some good.
bro. Yeah, there's two very good venues, Whitlam Center and also Luna Park. Um, it's really really good, like proper, like almost borderline UFC. Like it
Yeah,
feels like a UFC when the events are like pumping like that. So I don't know. There's been a bit of that stuff like everyone knows, like Ash is inside and
yeah,
Suman's dealing with a bit of things as well. So yeah, I understand why they want to put a bit of a pause, but
yeah,
yeah, who knows, bro? Like I said, I just stay out of it. I do my thing. I train and I go home.
yeah. Exactly. And like, I've heard some like rumors. Isn't like ATT banned from like competing in Victoria or something like that? Isn't there some like thing with the commission?
Who said that?
Oh, I can't remember. I've heard it a few times though. Like I've heard that like there's some like thing with the Victoria Commission and ATT. I didn't know if it was true or not though.
Yeah, I think it is true, bro. But
Yeah.
I think it will be waived
Yeah.
soon. Like the promoter was talking to me about it, saying, "Oh, but in a couple of months it'll be gone, so don't worry about it."
Okay.
Like by the
Yeah.
time I fight next, it'll be gone anyway. So
Oh,
yeah, that that is true though.
yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's stupid though. How can you ban the whole fucking gym like from a whole state? Like I don't know. That's a bit
Yeah,
fucking
I don't
stupid, man.
actually even know why we're banned. I just heard that we were banned.
Yeah.
But fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
just
get
keep
it. It's like
fighting in alternate.
I mean, you
Oh,
guys can get a bit rowdy at times, but like I don't think it means you should fucking ban the whole gym. Like as long as you guys, if it was, if, I don't know, you probably don't watch AFL, yeah? I'd imagine you don't, do you?
I don't want what?
Do you watch AFL? You don't watch like
Oh, AFL.
Australia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, like years
Like,
ago, they like banned Essendon because they were all doing like performance enhancing drugs or something like that. It's not like your whole gym's like doing steroids or something like that. It's just
yeah,
you guys are a bit rowdy, I think. Like I don't know. I think it's a bit weird to ban a whole gym from a state, but I don't know. That's just my thought process.
yeah. I mean, I honestly don't even know what happened. Like, I just heard
Yeah,
about it and I was like, oh fuck, all right.
yeah,
I don't know whether it was because of the shootings or if it was for like rowdiness or whatnot. I actually don't know. But there's so many other states to fight in anyway, so
Yeah,
Doesn't really matter.
exactly. Yeah,
Like, and even if they keep banning us, like, there's ways around everything, bro. We can just start a new gym name and fucking,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, you could get your like coaches to wear like the fucking mustaches and shit, the glasses
Yeah,
and stuff
bro. Or
like.
just
Just,
shave, clean
yeah,
shave.
just
They won't even
yeah,
know.
wear it a fucking disguise or something like that. Get them to legally change the names.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but
Ah,
yeah, no,
no, like, I don't know. Honestly, like, it doesn't really phase me anyway. Like,
yeah,
there's not many shows in Melbourne other than Hex, right?
yeah, yeah. I think it's just Hex. There's probably some smaller ones. I think Ascension. I think that's like amateur show. So
Yeah. So yeah, it
yeah,
doesn't
most
really
of
matter
them.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think there's events. There's like Eternals mostly WA, then obviously Diamondbacks South Australia,
Mm,
XFC I think is Queensland. So yeah, there's fucking events everywhere.
yeah. Might look at the XFC belt, lightweight belt. Who has that?
I think Luke Cutaboo, Big, and Aiden Aguilera. I think they're fighting for it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
They can have it then, because Aiden's gonna beat that guy. Me and Aiden are very good friends. Like, we
yeah.
train with each other when we're in Melbourne.
Oh,
I'll
okay,
let that
that's
one
cool.
slide.
Yeah, yeah. I
um,
mean, the guy he's fighting, I think that guy beat Jamie Malarkey a few years ago.
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
barely. I
yeah,
think it was a
yeah.
lucky shot, bro.
Yeah, I think yeah, it was. I remember watching. I think Jamie was dominating, and I think he got caught last minute.
Yeah, like, Aiden won't lose to this guy. It
Yeah,
wouldn't make sense.
yeah,
Aiden's too flashy for him. But
yeah.
I don't know. You never know. It's
Aiden,
MMA at the end of the day.
yeah. Aiden's good. Like, I mean, when you look at the guys he lost to as well, like Tom Nolan, he's in the UFC, so it's like he's not losing to schmucks. He's
Yeah.
losing to good guys.
If Aiden does lose, knock on wood, maybe I'll challenge Caterpie for the belt.
Yeah,
Sure.
violence.
Yeah, bro. Blood on blood violence. So what do you? Let me ask you a question. What are you doing with the? What do you want to take this? Like your whole uh the thing you got going on. What's it called?
Like my goal.
Yeah. Like what's your like what's this gig called that you're doing?
I mean, my channel is just my channel is just Benny P MMA, but like pretty generic name. But I want to sort of be like not like Ariel Hawani because he's a bit of a
Yeah.
worm, but I want to be like the Australian sort of like guy doing that sort of thing. Like I don't want to be like Ariel though because I don't like fucking Ariel, but I want to be like I want to do that sort of stuff. I want to be doing interviews and all that sort of stuff. Just like yeah,
Man.
talking to all the fighters, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Who's your favorite fighter in Australia? Have you been a fight fan for a
Yeah,
while?
for years. Yeah, favorite fighter out of Australia, like probably JDM, probably Jack Della, just because he's a
Yeah,
Perth
bro.
boy, knocks people the fuck out. Just a fun
Yeah.
fighter to watch.
He's one of my favorites as well. Like, that's what I mean. He's in welterweight, bro. Imagine if fuck. Like,
Yeah,
I'm definitely not a welterweight if he's a welterweight.
yeah, he's fucking massive. I've met him as well. Like I'm about the same height as him, but he's like fucking. His whole body is just fucking twice my size. Like his arms, his legs. He's
Yeah,
got he's
bro.
got them fucking legs you were talking about as well. He's got them fucking tree trunks. He's fucking massive.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's crazy. No, that's
Yeah, who's
mad.
your
I see you becoming someone, the Australian Ariel Helwani.
Yeah, just not as wormy as him. I feel like he's a bit fake when he talks to the fighters and stuff like that. I like to keep it a bit more real.
Yeah, that's mad,
Yeah,
bro. There's a lot of people like getting into like what is this called? Journalism?
yeah, like MMA journalism.
Yeah, bro. There's
Yeah,
not many in Australia, but there's a few out there now. So I think
yeah,
you can grab onto the market if you wanted
yeah.
to.
No, definitely. No, definitely. I feel like, especially in the Australian scene, there's so many guys who have like interesting stories to tell, but nobody's really giving them coverage. So it's like, if I have to fucking put my hand up and do it for him, then I'll fucking do it. Because like I like watching all the come up for all the fighters and stuff like that. You've all got interesting backgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
100%. Like fighters are all fighters for a reason. That's what's
yeah,
so interesting about the sport. Like something happened in their past for them to want to fight.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like there's maybe 1% of guys who just, had been doing like karate or something as a kid and they started doing it. But most of the time it's something like either they were getting bullied or something like that, or they had to lose weight, or there's just so many things that get people into the sport, and I find it fascinating.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
No, good speed, bro. I hope everything comes your way and you smash it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. No, it means a lot. Like it was fucking good talking to you as well, man. Like you got an interesting story, you got good stories to tell and stuff like that. Like, and
Thanks.
I looked up, I couldn't find any interviews with you with like anyone else. It feels like you haven't done many or people haven't tried to or something, but you've got good stories to tell. You're a good interview.
Yeah. No, a few people have hit me up, but I don't know. I don't I don't really want to take the time too much to do them because I just
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know unless someone is actually passionate about like or asking good questions. Like I notice I look them up before I accept it. Like I've
Yeah.
noticed you've done some with Jack Jenkins and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like I know all these guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd happily have a chat, But
Yeah.
yeah, some people are hitting me up from like UK and stuff. I'm like, bro, what am I gonna do in the UK? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is this all like post Blood Diamond KO as well? Like is
Yeah, like even leading up to it, like when people found out about the fight, there's
yeah,
like 3 or 4 that hit me up
yeah,
after the fight, bro. It's gone crazy. So yeah, I got a lot of love from everyone. Just all I had
yeah.
to do was knock out Blood Diamond.
Yeah, and I think I might have like I'm not even being egotistical here, but I think I might have helped with that a bit because I posted the KO as soon as it happened on Twitter, and it got like 2,000 likes or something like that, and all these
Wow,
people like
really?
yeah, all these people like mostly not gonna lie, most of it was just shitting on Blood Diamond, but a
Yeah.
lot of it, it got a lot of attention. Obviously, I put your name in it as well, so like a lot of people knew the guy who KO'd Blood Diamond was you. So I feel like that probably helped a little bit.
Well, I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah, it
send
got
it to me
quite.
after?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll check now how many like likes it got because it got a lot of views as well. Yeah, wait, I'll check now. Let's see.
That's a sad thing, bro. These guys are just so casual. Like they're so quick to shit on other fighters just because they're
Yeah,
not doing good.
yeah, it got 426,000 views on Twitter. The you knocking out Blood Diamond.
Wow, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, you probably can't even see it here, but uh, if you can, yeah, it's probably reversed. But yeah, 426,000 people viewed it.
Whoa, bro. That's like borderline viral.
Yeah, yeah, and then somebody else posted it as well afterwards, and I think that got even more views. So yeah, fucking the cat, you knocking out Blood Diamond like would have got you so much attention and shit like that.
Yeah, I block a lot of stuff out.
Yeah,
Like I just try and keep to the people that were there from the beginning. So yeah, I've blocked so much stuff out. Like I don't even know. Like, but fuck, that's pretty cool to know.
yeah, yeah. Like, and it was mostly like Americans and like foreigners and stuff like that who had seen it as well. Like, so yeah, it
Yeah,
got you like some worldwide attention. That's for sure.
yeah, that's mad. You know the thing is though, like I don't know why people shit on him so much. Like
I
he's
think,
actually a good fighter. It's just he didn't do that good in the UFC because people weren't striking with him, like giving him a chance to showcase his skills. That's all it was, bro. Um,
yeah,
and then so people are so quick to shit on. I think it's because he's closely correlated with Izzy and all that shit.
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
I think it's mostly like people think he's like privileged because like to be honest, he shouldn't have been in the UFC 3-0. That was a bit of a disservice for him to get like in the UFC so early. But I think people see him because he got in the UFC so early. Everyone's like, oh, he's got Dana White privilege, if you want to call it that, because of Izzy and all this stuff. Like, I think it's just because people think he's some like privileged guy because of Izzy, but he actually seems like a really, really nice guy. So I do feel bad that he gets so much shit.
Yeah, he's a gentleman, bro. Like I really enjoyed going up against him, and I have all respect to him. Realistically, like he could have been a cunt. I was in his
Yeah,
hometown, but he was so friendly and he was very welcoming. He even gave me some of his meal prep, uh, which was like, bro, no one else does that shit, you know. So I don't know. It's kind of sad that people are shitting on him,
yeah,
but it is what it is. Fuck it. He seems like a strong and centered individual, so I'm sure he'll get past it. Like he probably goes in one ear out the other for him now.
exactly. I mean, if you look at his record as well, like did you know that Shara Magomedov guy, the Shara Bullet? He's like the one-eyed ginger Dagestani guy. He's a really good
Yeah,
striker. Have you seen? Well, he
yeah,
fought Blood Diamond to a decision. Like he beat Blood Diamond, but it was only a decision. Like no, it's not like Blood Diamond's getting KO'd by every fucking guy he fights. Like he had a
yeah.
competitive fight with that guy.
Really, I didn't see that. Is that on
I
YouTube?
saw it was in. I think might be somewhere. It was in Glory though. It was in like I think it was in Glory Kickboxing or something like that. It was like maybe a Chinese promotion, but yeah, they had like a kickboxing match years ago.
Yeah. No, I didn't see that, bro. I didn't think anyone's knocked him out like I did, which
Yeah,
was kind of like
yeah.
cool.
Well, yeah,
Like,
you're the first one to knock him out. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he got knocked out in kickboxing. So yeah, I think that's the first time he's ever been knocked out.
yeah, and I'm nothing special, bro. So I'm just a normal human being.
I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's a normal human being unless like I don't know, they're made in some sort of fucking laboratory, which I feel like a lot of these Dagestani guys might be because they're fucking. Some of them are fucking unreal.
Yeah, 100%. That's cool, bro. I didn't even know that. I didn't know I was all over Twitter and shit.
Yeah, yeah, no, it got pretty big attention. I've seen some people talking about it in live streams and stuff like that as well, like some YouTubers, like MMA YouTubers.
Wow. All right.
Yeah,
Interesting. Nice.
yeah, yeah. So there's your first. That's probably what people are going to know you for a bit. I'll probably even put that when I put out the video. I'll probably put the Raymart Quintana, the guy who knocked out Blood Diamond, because you know,
Yeah, fuck
it's,
whatever you have to do, bro. Do it.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
exactly.
at the end of the day, I took a risk and came in my favor, so may as
Yeah.
well roll with it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, it's not the worst thing you could be known as. You could be known as the guy who lost to Blood Diamond. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
being the
exactly.
guy who beat him
The
is
guy
much
that
better.
got the guy that got knocked out by Blood Diamond.
Yeah,
So could have gone either
yeah,
way, bro.
yeah,
That
exactly.
first head kick you threw at me was pretty close.
Yeah, he's like I say, he's fucking weird with it, man. Like his style, like it's unique. That's the best way
Yeah.
I can describe him. Like, even the way he wobbles around.
Yeah, it's like a drunken master, bro. It was weird.
Yeah,
But when he threw it, he's quick with his legs. When I was fighting, I was like, this guy's quick, man. Like when he head kicked me, I felt his toe like brush my nose, and it kind of, I was like, the fuck? That was like I've never seen someone kick fast like that. But yeah,
yeah. He's quick with the kicks.
yeah, I knew I had to be cautious, and I, I
Yeah,
I let him do his thing, but I made him know that if he's gonna throw one at me, I'm throwing one straight back. So I think that kind of flustered him a little bit, to be honest.
yeah. It was sort of similar. Like the way you got him against the fence was sort of like how Ilya Taporia got like Volk. As soon as you got him against that fence, it was like, yeah, all right, I'm landing on this come now, and you made the most of it.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you shell.
Yeah,
Like you shell is a good defense, but not necessarily if you're gonna shell and stand your ground. In MMA, bro, the gloves are so small. There's so many ways around the shell. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll just punch through the shell, and I kept punching through it. And then when I knew he was a bit, his back was towards the cage, I was like, oh, I'll come underneath, and it full worked. I was like, hectic. So
Do you? Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
no, that's all I was gonna say.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, do you prefer fighting with the 4 ounce, or because I'd imagine when you were kickboxing, it would have been with the bigger gloves, yeah, like the
Yeah,
8 ounce or whatever. Yeah, do you prefer the
no,
4 ounce or 8 ounce?
yeah. I just do 4 ounce now, bro. I just focus on 4 ounce, and that's all I do. Like,
Yeah,
I just do MMA. Like, I don't do anything else. I just focus on one thing. That's it, and try to get good, really good at it. And yeah, like even in sparring at the gym, like we rarely train in boxing gloves. Like everything's like MMA puffies and MMA gloves and stuff like that. So
yeah,
yeah, I just it's what we're doing in the cage. Why not train with it?
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how I feel about like gi, no gi as well. Like, why train with the gi? Like, do you guys train with the gi at your gym for jujitsu?
No,
Yeah, yeah,
but
that's how I feel.
I don't remember the last time I put on a gi. Like
Yeah,
it'd have to be like 7 years ago.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I hated about doing jiu-jitsu. I hate the fucking gi. I talk to everyone about this. I fucking hate the gi with a passion. I don't ever see the point in wearing it because it's like you're not gonna get into a fucking confrontation. If someone breaks into your house, they're gonna say, "Hey, can you wear this gi for a second so I
Yeah,
can fucking choke you with it?" It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
I can see the martial arts perspective about it. Like it's an
Yeah,
art, and like it's there's tactics around the gi, and the
yeah,
whole thing with I don't know the roots of Brazilian jiu-jitsu and shit like that.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, like I kind of agree. Like there's no real point in MMA with the
Yeah,
gi.
or even
But it'll
self-defense.
always make you better anyway. Like I would
Yeah.
just rather train without the gi though.
I feel like it's more natural as well because like when you're in a fight, you're not going to be wearing like a gi and stuff like that. So it's like you can move around a bit quicker and stuff like that. With the gi, it sort of weighs you down as well. I feel like the only way it's sort of useful, I feel like in a street confrontation is if maybe you're choking someone with a fucking jumper on or something like that. Like
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
100%, bro. Like, I've put someone in a gi choke with the jumper.
yeah,
So it works. Definitely
yeah.
works.
Fuck, what was the backstory to that?
Oh, it was just fucking at school and just fucking
Yeah.
around, and it
Ah,
worked.
yeah, yeah. Did you have like a lot of fights as a kid, like at school?
Yeah, bro. Like I grew up
Yeah,
in Mount Druitt,
yeah,
which is kind of where everyone says like that's the ghetto
yeah.
of Sydney.
Yeah, I've heard
Um,
about Mount Druitt.
so it was kind of natural to just learn how to fight and be able to defend yourself. And we had a lot of like brawls and all that shit. Like I learned how to fight on the street, like proper. Like I didn't, yeah, I just solidified it all when I joined the MMA gym when I was like 15, 16. I was like, oh, okay, so I already knew how to throw a punch, I already know how to kick and all that shit. And I just kind of sharpened it all when I joined the MMA gym and gave everything a reason as to why I throw this, when I throw this, and stuff like that. But yeah, it was all learnt on the street, bro.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I feel like that's always. I mean, Aussie scraps. I like this is a weird thing to say, but I feel like Aussie street fights are so much more high level than street fights in other countries. Like some of the shit I've seen in fucking street fights are crazy over here. I've seen fucking flying knees and fucking head kicks in street fights over here.
Aussies know how to scrap, man. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like you see in America, and they're doing some weird fucking
Yeah.
like shit like that. It's like, what the fuck are you even doing? And you see Aussie, like they have proper like their hands up and they're throwing good fucking punches and like rolling and
Yeah.
shit. So any of these street fighters can actually have a proper MMA fight and do well.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was fucking awesome to see. Like, it's always so funny to compare like the American ones. Like I seen one and it was like some like Mexican like cholo type guy and he's walking around. He's got like a cigarette in his mouth. He's acting like he's a fucking big tough guy. He gets kicked in the leg and he's just fucking sat down. He doesn't get back up.
Yeah, bro. No, it's
Yeah,
street fights is like I don't know. I really like it. But now that I'm a bit older, um,
yeah,
yeah, I can't have these street fights anymore.
Yeah, yeah, legally and like yeah, it's just like street fighting's a bit fucking dangerous as well. Like
Yeah,
you
nowadays, bro,
punch,
everyone's got a knife and shit.
yeah, as
So
well. I mean, look at that fucking guy at that fucking shopping center as well. Like, gotta be
yeah,
fucking careful, man.
that's it, bro. Like it's fucked up. Like you wouldn't even want a street fight anymore because people, if even if you beat them in a street fight, they'll probably pull out a knife just because they got upset and butt hurt. Um,
Yeah.
that's like the weakest of the weak, bro.
Over in here in Perth, if you fucking beat someone, it's not you don't have to worry about getting stabbed. You got to worry about like 10 of their mates fucking jumping in. It's
Yeah,
like
no, that's
it's
fucked.
like tribe mentality here.
Yeah, I wanna visit Perth one day.
Yeah, no, Perth's
Hopefully,
nice. The city's a bit of a shithole, though. I'll be like, I'm not gonna lie, the city's a shithole, but I'm sure that's all cities like the CBD.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully, I'm there for the UFC card.
yeah, nah, that'd be sick. You
Attending in the
have you been?
nosebleed.
Yeah, have you attended a UFC event before?
Yeah, in Sydney. It
Yeah.
was alright. Couldn't really see anything to be honest. I was pretty far away, but
Oh, was that 293? Was that the last one they did?
no,
Oh, okay.
it was ages ago, bro. I think Bam Bam was in it. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. I wanna fight in the UFC, so
yeah. That would be
not
fucking sick.
yeah. I just want to tick it off the bucket list, Just say, oh fuck
Yeah,
it, I'm at the UFC. Maybe
yeah,
I'll actually
exactly.
do well in there. Who knows? But we'll
What
see
was
what
that?
happens.
Sorry, you cut out.
I said maybe I'll do well in the UFC.
Yeah. Hey, you
Mm,
never know until you do it. I mean, look at Kevin Doucette. He lost to Caleb Reithout, and he's in the UFC now. Like Kevin Doucette's in the UFC, doing really well, and like there's guys he's lost to still on the regional scene. So like,
Yeah, yeah. Like that's the thing with UFC. Like I don't feel like they're that much better, or if they're even better at all than regional guys, like the top regional guys. Like I just feel like they're just in a different promotion.
yeah, I can understand that, especially nowadays, because like the UFC sort of just pick up any American that will take a fight on short notice at this point. Like it's more like just filling up fucking criteria and stuff like that, getting cheap labor than like getting the best of the best. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, I heard that they're not actually signing people anymore. Um, like straight into the UFC. Like you have to either be
Thank
short
God.
notice or go in the contender series now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true. I think that is true. Like looking at it, maybe I think maybe they'll sign a guy straight up if he's like a free agent, like somebody coming from like Bellator or something like that or PFL.
yeah,
But yeah, it's mostly yeah, just short notice guys.
yeah. Maybe it's bad timing, but I don't know. I still reckon I'll make a contender series or something like that.
Yeah,
We'll see.
nah, for sure. 7-1, you got a good record. Like I've seen guys with worse records. There's a guy fighting on Dana White Contender Series this year, and I think he's like 13-6 or 13-7. It's like fucking. I feel like anyone can get in at that point.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Probably an exciting puncher. Probably got KO power
He's
or
a
something.
grappler, I think. He's like a grappler as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
then.
yeah. I got no fucking clue. Yeah, yeah. He's I don't know. I think he's American or something. So it seems like they just want to get more Americans in the UFC nowadays.
Yeah, I heard. Also, like your manager has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's good management. Like who have good contacts with the UFC. They know these guys very well, and obviously they'll listen to someone they know rather than someone just no one even like
Yeah,
is unrepresented. So
yeah. I mean, you look at fucking Ali Abdelaziz. He's got like almost every like Dagestani and fucking Russian guy in the UFC, and he is like a factory of all these guys getting into the UFC. Like, I feel like he's probably one of the best managers to have, like, to get into the UFC at this point.
Yeah, if you're Dagestani.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Maybe not if you're not if you're not Dagestani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, bro.
Yeah, but I've probably taken too much of your time here, man. Fucking, you're a busy man, but thanks so much for the interview, man. It was good to talk to you. Do you want to just shout out any sponsors or anything before you go?
Yeah, I'd like to actually shout out the studio estate agents and also Empower Construction. They've they've literally given me a lot of support my whole career, and yeah, they really are the reason why I could even go to New Zealand and stuff like that. So no, I appreciate them a lot, and obviously my team, Australian top team, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for the chat as well, bro. I really appreciate it. Taking the time.
No, no, I appreciate the time, man. I got a fucking good interview out of you, man. We talked about quite a lot in here, so yeah, no, thanks for the time, and yeah, good luck for whatever comes next.
Thanks, brother. I think it was a good time as well because my laptop just froze.
Yeah, yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, fucking perfect timing.
Am I frozen there?
Yeah, yeah, you're just frozen. I was like wondering what was happening there because you didn't freeze at all the whole interview.
Yeah. Nah, fair enough. See, it's the universe, man.
Yeah. Now, normally I'm the one freezing. Was I probably freezing most of that interview?
Yeah, on and off, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
But yeah,
fucking
anyways, bro, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
yeah. No, thank you, man. It was a pleasure.